it should be live on my. Um, why is my Wi-Fi no working? You should don't see this. Don't see. Please don't see. Why, sir? Why? I'm so panic. Yeah. It is streaming. Okay, so it did get 0 views. Let's go. 0 view gang. 0 view. Ah, yes. But why? What is the logical sense of this? Turns out I got these two mixed up. So in turn I got these two mixed up. And this one I just is wrong. I am just wrong. I'm just downright wrong, which is very nice. I've done that. Why is it so much? Why did my biology teacher give me five homeworks in one day? How is that going to be fair? That should be white blood cell. That should be the the platelet should do that, so that should be right. White blood cell is white, so it defends. Plasma is plasma, so it's like fluid, so it's yeah. And red blood cell is red because oxygen is red. No, just kidding. I bet future me in 10 years is gonna kill himself whilst watching back at this the stream. But this isn't multiple choice. I am honestly going to die of this. What is plasm? Surely you mean plasma. Let me just fix it for you. Where's my keyboard? There we go. I fixed it for you. Anyways, it's water, urea, and salt. I guess I don't know. It's salt, urea, and hormones. People are going to just put this in 2 times the speed because I'm just spending too long. Yeah. Nah. Yes. And actually, no nucleus should be used by concrete. What's counting hemoglobin? Surely you mean containing. I bet this live stream is gonna get 0 views because no one wants to see people do work, and everyone wants to see popular stuff like play Roblox or something. This is a picture of some white blood cells. Which one engulfs pathogens? Big is better. Hopefully that's right. People do not have enough blood to give. That's so dumb. That's so dumb either. That's so dumb as well. Everything's so dumb. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. I didn't watch the video because I need to fill up time. Why?
Hi and welcome back to freesciencelessons.co.uk. By the end of this video, you should be able to describe the different parts of the blood and then state their functions. You should then be able to describe...
Shut up, old man. No one wants to hear your talk. Oh, I thankfully remember. Please be 100%. No. How was I supposed to select the? And I'm not wrong. Oh, never mind. I am wrong. Why? I mean, if I picked 3, I got 1 right, so that this one goes. Why are these switched? Oh my goodness. It's so obvious. Why did I not get it? I'm so stupid. Sometimes. Can I redo it? No, I can't redo it. That's amazing. You can watch this on YouTube. I'm actually going to watch the video this time.
Hi and welcome back to freesciencelessons.co.uk. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain how the structure of arteries, veins, and capillaries relate to their function. In the last video, we saw that humans have a double circulatory system. Blood's pumped from the heart to the lungs where it collects oxygen. The blood then returns to the heart and is then pumped around the whole body, where it delivers the oxygen to the body cells.
Green screen
In this
kids.
video, we're looking at the blood vessels involved in this process, and we're going to start with arteries. Arteries carry very high pressure blood from the heart to the organs in the body. I'm showing the structure of arteries here. Now, the first adaptation is that arteries have got very thick muscular walls. This allows them to withstand the very high pressure of the blood. Now, blood travels through the arteries and surges every time the heart beats. That surge can be felt in the wrist as your pulse. To cope with that, arteries contain elastic fibers. These stretch when the surge of blood passes through, and then they recoil in between the surges, which keeps the blood moving. So blood travels to the organs and arteries, but once it's in the organs, the blood flows through capillaries, and we're going to look at those now. I'm showing you a picture of capillaries here. When the blood passes through capillaries, substances such as glucose and oxygen diffuse from the blood to the cells like this, and carbon dioxide diffuses from the cells back to the blood. Now, capillaries have very thin walls, so the diffusion pathway is very short. This allows substances to diffuse rapidly between the blood and the body cells. Once the blood has passed through the organs, it now makes its way back to the heart in veins. Now, there's a problem here, which is that the blood is now travelling slowly and at low pressure. That means that it could stop or even go backwards. I'm showing you the structure of veins here. Firstly, veins have a thin wall. That's because the blood pressure is low, so the wall does not need to be thick. Secondly, many veins contain valves, and we can see these here. Now, the job of valves is to stop blood flowing backwards. When the blood's flowing in the correct direction, then the valves open to allow the blood to flow through like this. However, when the blood starts to flow backwards, then the valves shut, and we can see that here. Remember, you'll find plenty of questions on arteries, veins, and capillaries in my revision workbook, and you can get that by clicking on the link above. Okay, so hopefully now you should be able to explain how the structure of arteries, veins, and capillaries.
This is so dumb. Why do you put multiple choice here, but not anywhere else? Literally, the only place where you I need a video. Please help. Please help, old man.
Last video, we saw that human capillaries relate to their function. In the last video, we saw that humans have a double circulatory system. Blood's pumped from the heart.
You never say if it was open or not, so.
Circulatory system. Blood's pumped from the heart to the lungs where it collects oxygen. The blood then returns to the heart and is then pumped around the whole body. Blood then returns to the lungs where it collects oxygen. Blood's pumped from the heart. We saw that humans have a double circulatory system. Blood's pumped from the heart to the lungs where it collects oxygen. The blood then returns to the heart and is then pumped around the whole body.
That should be it. That Should be that. 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 Okay, that actually makes more sense. You're very leaky. Hmm. 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 Eh? Eh. I'm too tight. I mean, that's too done. Is there anything other than biology? I need that. I need that. I don't have that. I need that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna speed run because I'm good at physics. What is ODP? I'm gonna open a notepad. Very readable. Oh. Please work? Never mind. Can I open with Python? How am I supposed to? to do this homework. How to decrypt this. This looks like as if it's been coded in Unicode. I'm so done. Code.
哥哥，安娜跟他们小朋友说去 holiday 的时候，是他的哥哥去 skydiving。
No, I didn't go skydiving.
cancel 的了吗？他错了，那学习吧。哥哥错，还有哥哥陪他玩，但哥哥哪有时间啊？哥哥要学习。
你把衣服弄脏呀，这样子错啊。
他本来就脏。慢点，帮子给丢了。没，就我看到害怕。好了，skydiving 来了。好了，有可能害怕。妈妈看到害怕。哥哥玩了又讨厌又刺激。不了，不干了，下这根。他的指甲长，我的指甲长。OK， 然后把那手球接掉。你喜欢我还是喜欢哥哥呀？你喜欢哥哥呀？我喜欢。
Wait. What's this? I want a GCSE, please. Yeah, it overruns into memory and storage because of. I don't know know nothing. I mean, I know what is a von Neumann architecture. Oh, just that. What is a Harvard architecture? Instruction memory. What the hell is the instruction memory? If I look at this and check my own CPU, it's the 12th gen Intel i9 12900K. Why is it running at less than 1 gigahertz? This has 16 cores and a megabyte of L1 cache, 14 megabytes of L2 cache, and 30 megabytes. Why is my graphics card so heating? It's not even using it to do anything. Let's check my other things. Nothing. Kind of bored now. Oh yeah, it's in downloads, isn't it? But no, it's not in downloads. What the hell is it? Oh, it's in don't question the legitness of this. Trust me, it's so legit. Work. Run. I need you to open for me to milk you for content. What the hell is that? That's so intriguing.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Let me just get a cup of... no, why is it... there we go.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call...
Can I turn the graphics controller down? I don't know.
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
There we go, I'm free. How do you press this button? I'll get the...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the Memory Zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews
Narrator's
from
so
Steam,
funny.
the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Ah yes, the skip button.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
And then I take the rook and it's game over because he has to block.
A skip
and then
button?
I'm cutting into a piece of
Yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been...
Shut up.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Guess
Me talking,
no one
and you
asked.
saying nothing. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what...
The narrators shall be concerned. Skip. Spam skip. That's scary. The clock's falling.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much.
Exactly. Hello? Let's speak.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Keep pressing the skip button. Oh, what has happened? Oh no, oh. Okay. Press the button. What about again? Oh, it's nature. More skip, please. I don't like this. I feel like I'm in a horror game. Please help. Can I skip again? What the Oh, it is a The end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Actually, never mind.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Fish ignored it. Into the unknown.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment... No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
No.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
I love that.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God.
Okay.
You lived. You had me... No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Speedrun the confusion ending.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
But it's actually
All
narrated.
right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went first. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
So pissed that I can't make as much views and likes as this. It got 664 likes for the exact same content.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then
No.
please step forward and press the button.
Just drinking water. Okay, do I have to press it? Okay, fine.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon
Jim.
you'll start to lose
Jim.
all sense
Jim.
of who you
Jim.
actually are.
Jim.
Oh, no more Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, jump circle and infinite hole. Oh, I've seen this in like a YouTube short. I like the infinite hole. What's the please no screenshots bit?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Can I do anything here? Why do I walk so slow? What is this?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right, infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
How's my stream doing? One watching now.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really, gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Can't jump.
you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Toot, 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 toot. Oh, loading screen. That's good.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Bucket. All of those things.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
New achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What is this? Where's jump zone? Jump zone. Wait, what would you speak? I don't know what jump zone is.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
This looks nice. Oh, that actually does that. Who's that one person? Probably me. Yeah, it should stop. It should have stopped live streaming. If it didn't. Oh well, that's impossible. 75,000 views. Huh. 19,000. Which one? What? How 19,000? Who's cheese? Okay. Let's see. Nah, not feeling it. How did he get? I don't care. It's supposed to be low quality. Ooh, what's earn? Me want money. I got 6 public watch hours out of 3,000. My mum was going to be so proud of me if I managed to earn money. What would be a cracking video idea? I know, I gotta just figure out how to do a 2x2 piston door and memify it. Hurry up, hurry up. Obviously, redstone. Come on. Who can make a 2x2 piston door without redstone? Need some of that, some of this, some of that. I just use this button. Look, this is a very simple design for redstone. So, hide the pistons. Why do you need to be powered? This should work. How about just screw everything? Just yes. So basically, what I want to do here is I just glowstone and fix all the problems. Okay, that's done. Why that shouldn't work. That's also done. Why that shouldn't work. Why no work? Oh my goodness, redstone is so hard. Bro, is not what redstone is supposed to do. Yeah, good enough. Now if we remove that. Perfect. Donut, all these they screw all this. Just copy this side.